Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Bara, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined as I always am on Mondays and Wednesdays by my co-host, how about my lovely co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Falah in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, how are you on this marvelous Monday post-Seahawks victory Monday? How are you doing?
Oh, just marvelous.
And you're really happy the Seahawks won too, also.
I am glad to hear that they won. I haven't been following.
All right, we got to get, we got to get a Thanksgiving background here. I saw when we went over to Jim and Regina Mitchell's yesterday, and for pizza and football game, and somebody already had their Christmas lights up. Now let me just tell you, folks, for a little educational purposes here, right? That's gauche, okay? You do not put your Christmas lights up until when, Jen? When do Christmas lights when are they allowed to go up?
Day after Thanksgiving.
The day after Thanksgiving, aka Black Friday. That is the day. You're not allowed to do that beforehand. Now, I realize Thanksgiving decorations suck, okay? They're all kind of brown and orange and all that, and it's turkeys, but we're going to find a Thanksgiving image before Wednesday for our background. Didn't have time today. And we're going to get a Thanksgiving theme going here for the next month, just so everybody knows. Because we have a lot to be thankful for, all of this, despite of anything we may be complaining about or issues we may have.
I have a neighbor who's had their Christmas lights on a big pine tree all year long. But it's awesome. It's white. They just do whatever the hell they want.
If it's white, that's kind of acceptable because it's a nice lighting. You can even have some summertime night lighting. White, that's perfectly okay. But the colored, clearly Christmassy lights, not okay this time of year. You have to wait until the day after Thanksgiving. Otherwise, it is, as I said, gauche. All right. Well, we waited for everybody to come in from YouTube and the Rumble side of the house. We're just going to go through the usual stuff and let everybody know where they can go to find us and all that kind of thing. First of all, if you miss any shows, you can go directly to mikebara.blogspot.com where you can get all kinds of information on what we're doing here. The show with me and Jen, Toxically Masculine Tuesday shows, interviews I've done with people in the UFO community, videos I've made about famous UFO cases, which I have solved, like the Calvine UFO photo, which is the tip of a mountain called Farragon Hill in Scotland. And famous things like my lectures that I gave you on Ancient Aliens and JFK and my Vincent Fusca video, which is on Odyssey. I've got to get that translated over to YouTube. I'm afraid I will lose my YouTube channel. I will do so. So that's where you go, mikebara.blogspot.com. That pops you on over to the Rumble channel, which is Real News Live with Mike, and to the Rumble channel, which is Real News Live with Mike and Jen over there on Rumble, which is a really cool place to go to pick up, follow us over there. We have 7,270 followers. We need to get up to about 10,000 and then 100,000 and then 100 million. But one of the cool things you can do over on the Rumble channel is you can become a subscriber for a mere $5 a month. Hit the little red button in the lower right-hand corner. For a mere $5 a month, you can support the show for as long as we continue to need a little bit of support to keep the show going, which may not be, hopefully, very much longer. Just to give you guys encouragement, you can also hit the little green dollar sign button in the lower right-hand corner, which is the Rumble Rant sign. Click on that button. Key in a Rumble Rant for any amount, and the advantage you get of being a subscriber and or kicking in a Rumble Rant is your questions go right to the top of the slush pile when it comes time for questions and answers with Jennifer Falah. So that's a real cool thing. The same thing applies to you guys over on the YouTube channel, Mike Bara 333. If you hit a super chat, your question goes to the top of the pile, and it is guaranteed, virtually guaranteed, to be answered, as opposed to those who aren't helping us out. All right. Also, please don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the CBDGurus.com. We can get all kinds of CBD-based vegan-like products for your health. Hit the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN. Lukes, no S on the end, just ALIEN lowercase. Get this week's code discounts. You can also get you got a code for $250 off for 25%. Matt also frequently throws in various currencies of various types. You can pick up this week's sales. They've got some new packaging, which is really cool. The sleep gummies, the broad spectrum gummies, all the different healing gummies, the relaxation stuff, the X-Freeze roll-on, which I use for my shoulder, which was killing me yesterday, and the Lotion 2000, great stuff for your skin. There's tons of great products there. These are the ones you can get at a wholesale price through the special discount code ALIEN on Mike B's wholesale page. Don't forget to let Matt and Lucas know you found them through this podcast. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the folks over at MikeBaraPets.com, who have all kinds of mushroom-based holistic treats and supplements for your fur babies, your dogs, your cats, your horses, your donkeys. Even like Henry the donkey can benefit from this. Lots of cool products. I've got Barkley on the Mojos, the Mush Puppies, the special sauce. I've got the kitties on the special sauce, the super sauce, and the Sequoia premium cat food. They love it. Everybody's health is better. Miss Fluffy Muffy's coat was very coarse about 3 months ago before I started this special sauce diet, and it was coming off in clumps. And if you know cats, when they're older and the fur starts coming off in clumps, that's usually not a good sign. It usually means there's kidney problems or there's other issues. After 3 months of this, her fur is soft. It's the most soft and fluffy I've ever seen it, and she's not shedding like that. So great stuff from the folks over there at MikeBaraPets.com. You can also get chill doggies, mush ponies, or for large dogs and horses. And, of course, the Enforce line of Coriolis, Versicolor, and Reishi mushroom-based products for human consumption. Now, Diana and Kristen both have had fairly serious human ailments. They have treated them exclusively with the Enforce line of products. They have both made miraculous recoveries and are doing fantastic. So those are cool. The Enforce Plus, the Clarity, the Restore, the Shield. They got chocolates. They got coffees. They've got starter packs. Send an email to Diana at MikeBaraPets@gmail.com, MikeBaraPets@gmail.com, with any issues you're having, your pets are having, your horses, your dogs, whatever. They will get you on the right track. Links to all this in the description, as well as links in the description to the LifeWave line of amazing phototherapy patches. These things are very simple. They are woven threads with crystals in them and all kinds of interesting stuff that simply does one thing. It reflects your body's own infrared emissions back onto itself, which stimulates the growth of stem cells. You can pick up the Performance Bundle with the X39 and X49 patches in it. I've been using those, plus the SP6, which is for hormones and appetite suppressant. It works amazingly. My last checkup, after 3 months, I lost 12 pounds. My blood work was perfect, and that's literally all I did is wear a couple of these patches. I have another success story that I was just told the other night. I have a friend who had serious shoulder pain and lack of range of motion, was doing weights, refused in spite of the pain to quit doing the weights. The only thing she changed was she started putting the X39 patches on for 12 hours a day. 3 months later, the pain is gone. She's lifting more than ever, and she had some nodules kind of growing in her throat. Those have disappeared. There are like 8 or 9 personal testimonials. I got to get a page together with everybody's testimonials because I've got 8 or 9 friends, including myself, that can say these things have helped them. Link in the description, lifewave.com. They've got patches for just about any ailment or set of ailments. If you're curious, send me with a question like what's bothering you. I'll send it off to the folks at LifeWave, and they'll tell you which combination of patches will probably help you the most. All right, Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfalaw.com this week?
If you'd like a reading with me, or no, jenniferfalaw.com if you'd like a healing, if you'd like to reach Marcy Howell, seems like things are off in your house. She can do a cleanse for you, a cleanse for your people. Right now with my, we also have the weight loss healings if everybody would like to lose a little weight before we get fat for the holidays. We can do that.
I would.
What I'm doing with my healings right now is it's really my intention to be like a divine med bed So, I mean, that's the visual, and I'm really working on it. I'm seeing great results. So if you'd like me, because I'm going to teach people eventually to be their own medbed. So I'm trying it out myself now. So if you'd like to get a healing with me, you purchase, you know, and if you're in a bad situation and a lot of pain, whatever, I will do it anyway. But, you know, I appreciate the donations. They are all basically suggested donations. You go there, purchase, email me after. I'm going to need a picture and a first and last name for each person. Email Marcy Howell if you purchase a service with her. My classes are also available there. I'm going to need you to email me after purchase so that I can send them to a good email. If you'd like to get a reading with me, you can go to philosophy.com and you can purchase and schedule there. And that's all.
And I can tell you, absolutely, I got a personal cleanse and a house cleanse from Marcy. Absolutely. And about a month ago, and I felt better ever since. Dave's been better. He's had more energy since she pulled the reptoids off him, closed the portal in my bedroom. Life's a lot better. So I can highly recommend Marcy. And of course, Susan Gretz, she's laid up right now with her back surgery, although she is slowly recuperating from that. But she's also amazing for the things that she does really well, especially doing stuff like, hey, Marcy, Susan, I lost my car keys. Where are they? Jen's not as good as that, but Susan has been great. So those kinds of things happen. All right. Let's now move on to the news segment. And I want to get, okay, the news segment is going to be interesting today because it changed about 15 minutes before showtime.
Okay.
45 minutes before we actually came on the air because I was late. But it has changed ever so slightly. But let's recap what I put out this weekend because that is the latest news. Now, I will stay away from rates today at Jen's request. And I got a request from somebody else that maybe let's not talk about rates. I have talked about them before. If you go back and research them, you know pretty much what the Forex rates are going to be on most of the major currencies. So you don't need me to repeat them or be talking about them right now. What I'm more interested in is telling you where we're at. Our friend Carrie Ann Thornton, Sky Prince, came out and said, med beds are this week. She said Donald Trump was traveling around Asia last week, signing off the final deals, getting things arranged so that this could all be released this week. Now, I believe she has said Wednesday. Wednesday, Australia time is Tuesday, Reno time, which is what Jen and I are on. Tuesday, New York time. So Tuesday, Wednesday is when she predicts med beds will become announced or available. She says there are actually people at the med bed centers right now waiting. Why are they there? Because they could actually go at any time, although they are scheduled, as things stand now, for our Tuesday and her Wednesday or Thursday. And remember, we're 9.5 hours different. So she's living in the future. So that's what she says. And keep in mind that the RV is what finances the med beds, at least on paper. So there has to be a sequence of events on paper and in budgets and so forth in order for these things to happen. All these little switches to click into place, all the gears to intersect, and all the switches to flip so that we can go and start scheduling our appointments. What I had heard previously was this, that confirming what Jen told you a couple weeks ago, and what I had heard, I guess I'd heard this back in September, was that Vietnam had enough, that they weren't going to wait on the Iraqis anymore, that the Iraqis were not trustworthy, they were not keeping their word, and they were not following through, and Vietnam was ready to go it alone. Jen told you the same thing from completely independent sources to mine. I believe Jen said that. That is, as I understand it, correct. And then yesterday we had, before that, last week, we had Donald Trump in Asia meeting in Singapore, meeting with the president of Vietnam. in South Korea, the Republic of South Korea. He was given the crown with what looked like golden keys on it, and Jen told you that in her Jentel a few weeks ago. He was given all that stuff. He had a discussion with Vietnam, and then yesterday, CIA Tony put out his tweet where he said the ball is now been given back to Iraq. Well, for them to score the touchdown and take the credit. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the ball was not being held by Iraq previous to that. Who was it held by? Vietnam. So the situation, as I was told or understood it yesterday, is that Vietnam is going to go if Iraq doesn't by Monday or Tuesday. Iraq has been given one last opportunity to cross the goal line. You know, it's like in football where they give the little special needs kid, the ball and they let him score a touchdown. It's kind of like that. They've handed the ball off, and we'll see what Iraq does with it over the next day or two. If they do not do it, Vietnam is fully prepared to revalue. If they revalue, that will force Iraq to immediately, within seconds, I'm told, microseconds, to revalue their own currency to the current Forex rate, which is known. It's out there. I've talked about it. Tony's talked about it. It's available for you to figure out what the Forex rate is. And most of you are going to be extremely well off just with the Forex rate. So that was where everything stood as of this morning until about 9:45 this morning. Then I was told a new update. I got a call which said today is now a distinct possibility. That today it has been pushed, that there are people who apparently want this done immediately. Not tomorrow, not Wednesday, not any time in between, but they want it done now, and they are pushing it now for a public announcement from Iraq. Now, a public announcement is not the same thing as actually having it on Forex or being able to exchange, but it sets all those wheels in motion. I'm told the motivation behind this is that they have budgets and payrolls to meet. I've been told that before. I know they've been operating in the background with budgets and payrolls at the revalued rate for 6 weeks to 2 months now. So where this theoretically leaves us is that they are very soon going to have to pay their people in the revalued rate. And when that happens, everything goes out. Everything goes out in public. Everybody knows about it. And the result of that will be that everything will commence into motion. I don't know when the U.S. can expect the gold-backed currency. I was told Saturday that did not happen, but I suspect we will be right after that. And the last little piece is that everything is ready to go. Jen told you last week the rates on the screens are good enough. They're good enough. They're ready to go. So I don't know quite what we're waiting for now. I think we had some of these other deals to complete. Some people have been telling you have to have peace on earth before you can have the RV. Bullshit. You'll never have peace on earth. You're always going to have somebody who's fighting. You're always going to have some problems. That's not true. That's not true. The RV is what's going to usher in the era of peace on earth. So that's where I'm at. That's what I got, Jen. I'm wondering, what kind of Jentel you got today. I'm sure it's juicy.
Okay, let's do that. Good morning. If you all tuned into my show last night, I basically said that I explained it, so you're probably going to want to go to Rumble Philosophy with Jennifer Falah about this ball moving back and forth from Vietnam, and I've been telling you for a long time about Vietnam and them trying to push this. Okay.
Yep.
And I told you last night that I believe that Trump went in to pacify them. All of a sudden, they're getting planes and all kinds of assistance from the United States, and unlocked gold and catacombs, and I think he made a deal with them to stop them from going first. And then TNT Tony yesterday, which I appreciated. It was a missing piece. Was it yesterday?
Day before.
Day before. Came out and said that the ball has been passed back to Iraq. I believe that is where we're at. So I've been kind of explaining the process as much as I can to you along the way. And it started a couple months ago with the information about Vietnam being tired and wanting to push this forward. Okay, this is Jentel, Interdimensional Meditation for November 3rd, 2025. Sixth level of heaven, Jesus and the Archangel team. The dress was like a deep blue velvet with gold piping. And deep blue, the deeper the piece. Hoping as for me. And then it had gold piping on it, which is interesting. I saw it as I was walking. Okay. RV News. Now, the way this came through today, because you can tell by the hair, I just couldn't. I was hot or cold last night. I kept waking up all night long, a little bit foggy today. All right. That's how it's going to go. But, so it came in, I heard things, and a lot of these, I think we've got missing pieces in the conversation. I'm just going to read it the way I heard it, and I wrote it down. All right. RV News. I heard Baghdad. I saw someone on the phone. There was a conversation about a public release. There was a decision. And I heard do it Wednesday. Mike, can you mute yourself? We've got an echo. So that was Baghdad, someone on the phone. Conversation about a public release. I heard decision, and then I heard do it Wednesday. In this conversation, there were concerns about attacks on the public. Trains, I heard. And I heard proceed with caution, high alert. So we've still got danger to the public with them putting out this rate. That may have been the delayed with it not coming out on the Gazette. Coming out in the Gazette. Do it Wednesday. Let's see what happens. Coming in the news. I saw planes patrolling D.C. Something crashes into the river. I think I'm over in D.C. Then I saw major snow coming, and I'm up around the Great Lakes, possibly Wisconsin or that general area. So prepare for weather up there, because I heard prepare and power out. Okay, you might get an early one. I haven't been looking at the weather, so I could be completely wrong, but usually not. Then this one's interesting. I heard engine. I saw oranges, and oranges to me means Florida. And I saw a space launch, and I heard fail. I don't know if they have any space launches. I really don't follow that. But coming in the news, I don't know if we're going to hear a story about that. So once again, all of these coming in the news is something that we're going to hear, see in our news feeds this week, or sometimes it's a couple weeks out, that will confirm the information that we got on the RV news, because a lot of times we don't get any confirmations until the day comes. Okay. I heard new and time zones. Congress, no change. And then I saw an underground railway flooded. I don't know if that's subway system. I do believe that's in the U.S. Quite not sure. Now this one concerns me. Chemical attack. Let's hope that's wrong. I'm not sure if that's in our country. I think that might be somewhere else. Chemical attack. Then I saw the military base in Hawaii. I saw a military base in Hawaii. So these are the news stories coming in the news that we will see. Don't panic. But if we see these things, then we'll know how accurate I was on the first part of this. And that's a Jentel for today.
Okay, that's interesting stuff. See, yeah, flooded railroad subway sounds like New York or something, or they have subways there, or Washington D.C.
I was in the underground railway system, and I saw it flooded. It was rushing through there.
Yeah. So this is definitely something that would be newsworthy.
So I wasn't above the ground to see where that was.
Did you say engine oranges?
Is there a SpaceX launch? Somebody just said in Florida, November.
I don't know that there. I don't know that
really
there's a SpaceX launch. There's not a Starship launch, which is the big one, the main one. But there are other launches. Sometimes they launch out of Florida. So engine oranges space launch fail could mean there's an engine failure on a rocket coming out of Cape Canaveral, is what I would assume. So that's something to watch for. New time zones. Jen, I wonder if that means some sort of movement on daylight savings time, or does it mean they redraw time zones or something?
We won't know until we see it in the news.
Yeah, that one's kind of strange. Congress, no change. I think that seems like to me it means we're not going to settle the shutdown anytime soon.
But I've been telling people that Trump was going to do something to help people that are on waiting for funds to come in. He will fund that, and then we did get that confirmation last week that he is going to do something about that. So
yeah, and then those are all relatively small amounts, but then there was this wild story, just a story I saw tweeted out somewhere that they're going to give Doge payments, quote unquote, Doge payments to people for the savings, and they gave outrageous numbers, like if you're over 65, you're going to get $495,000.
Yeah, doubt it. Not right now.
Would be good. That would be fine. No, I'd take that happily. Well, especially if we have to wait for an RV, which we hope we don't. Snow in the Great Lakes. Yeah, interesting. But crash planes patrolling DC. So did you know that there is a massive leftard protest planned for November 6th and 7th this week, or 6th or 7th?
No.
In Washington, D.C. They plan to surround the White House and try
that's where it was.
Trap Trump in there until he resigns or something. That's the idea. A massive mob, right? And
that's going to totally backfire on him.
And there are underground tunnels out of the White House, so I'm wondering if he tries to escape through the underground subway and that gets flooded somehow. That's something to be concerned about. So they could try to trap him in there. Personally, again, this is where we go back to the movie Soylent Green, where you send into scoops, the big garbage trucks, and you just scoop all the people up and take them out and make cat food out of them. That would be fine with me if they
loving. Yes, I mean, there's still people, even if they're stupid.
Do you think the planes patrolling are to intimidate people from not trying this, or do you see like that there's a disturbance around the White House?
There's something going on around the White House, because I was standing off in a distance looking around that general area, seeing planes, and not just helicopters, but planes circling, and then something crashes into the river.
So
it could be a helicopter. I don't know.
Like a plane helicopter thing like we had in DC back in February or April. Something like that again, maybe. I hope
possibly
not. Okay. Now on the RV front, let me see if I remember exactly. You said right now target is for Wednesday, but they're concerned about people's safety. Does that mean the safety of people exchanging or safety in general? Like there's going to be some sort of broader terrorist attacks,
like in retaliation for doing it.
In retaliation for doing it. Well, do it anyway.
It's just lovely how you care about people.
Do it
yes,
anyway.
We want the money.
Well, if we let them continue to threaten us, then we'll never do it, will we? So we may as well just do it and deal with it. So.
Okay, so what if that attack was in Vegas? You okay with that?
I'm pretty far away from the strip, so Okay.
Oh, what was it in your neighborhood?
I'm
okay with that?
Armed. I'm fully armed, so go ahead.
Like drop a bomb, like right in your neighborhood.
Something's got something.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying is sooner or later, Jen, they have to fucking do it.
Why don't you yell at me now?
Because there will be a threat. There will be a threat constantly every single time.
Yeah, start yelling.
Every single time. So you just can't listen to the threats. Sooner or later, you have to just go through with it.
Okay.
All right. Tropicana 411 says the IQD rate was not posted in today's Gazette. The rate circular was not in there, right? Because if they had published the actual rate circular, they would have to tell you what the real rate was. So, that I find interesting. All right, let's go to questions. And questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person, pet, or entity.
First, I would like to say there is somebody in there who asked me about their daughter who passed a month ago. And if I can connect them, I'm not going to be able to do that on the air. I have daughters. That's going to be really emotional. I'm going to offer you a free private reading. So YAR64 about Brandy, if you will email me to my email, then we'll get that scheduled. Don't worry about the money. We'll get it scheduled, and we'll do that in private. Okay?
Okay. The Viz22 wants to know, is that the real Trump we see in the 60 Minutes interview?
Yep.
Of course. Cool Raul says, good morning. Raul, who are the question? My friend Henry was laid to rest today. Does he have a message for me and all his friends and family to send us? I'm going to miss him.
It is a little early for that. It's kind of hard for them to stay put. But let me see. Henry. Yeah, he's coming in and out. Right now, he says he's trying to be there for everyone. He passed on like assistance. So I don't know if he didn't want to take, like he had a non-resuscitate, or he didn't reach out for help or something like that. I have gone through the gates, but they're letting me come back to see how everyone's doing. Sorry for your loss. That's
nice. Dr. Sarah says, good morning, afternoon, Jen, Mike, and all. Amazing show last night, Jen.
Thank you.
Sir Laugh-A-Lot says, don't you have a friend, the Mushroom Lady's husband, that has Christmas lights and decorations up already? No, he's putting them up, but the house does not go live until the first Friday in December. I think it's December 5th this year. So no, he does not go. She waits until after Thanksgiving before he puts it up. Jen, can you tell if the old U.S. currency silver certificates will be worth anything at redemption centers? I am sure they will, but I don't know what. This is the money that Kennedy issued that was backed by silver. So if you have a $5 silver bill, some people still do have them, will it be worth anything special? It's an interesting question.
Yeah, but not like millions or anything. It's like whatever the current silver price is times 4 or something.
Yeah. I might keep it just for a souvenir.
There might be more collector value on that than anything, but
yeah.
But I do think it's worth something, yes.
Especially when the truth about why Kennedy was killed comes out. Hi, Jen, not a joke. The neighbor's son is claiming to be an elevated Dracula vampire and drinks blood. He's visiting from California. His name is Alan Hansen, and mine is Dinah. Is he dangerous?
Well, yeah, I think so. If he likes to drink blood. My God.
What a weirdo. So, yeah, get him out of your house.
Just call Jesus in. Michael, put up your bubble of protection. If he comes in the yard, hit him with the hose. I mean, set up booby traps. That's what I do.
Big crucifixes.
Make it fun.
Yeah, big crucifixes everywhere.
Yeah. Hang garlic in the yard. That's so crazy. He's just crazy. Okay. Yeah. I'd mess with him. Totally.
I know somebody who has a daughter who wants to be a vampire. She has fake vampire fangs and really bad breath because of it. Joe Evans, rocket scientist Joe Evans. Hi, Joe. Is it true that the India government announced the plan in 2026 to allow people to use silver as collateral for their home mortgage at a rate of exchange of 10 troy ounces of silver for 1 troy ounce of gold? Wow, I do not know that, Joe. That would be new.
Is that true? It's not true. Well, not as of yet. No. Somebody made it up.
But maybe
I'm getting it's not true.
Okay. Heather says, hi, Mike and Jen. This is Heather B. Does my guide have a message for me, and what is their name?
Samson. You need to initiate conversation. You need to initiate the conversation. You also need to cleanse the house.
Marcy Howell on that one.
You've had some things walk in. Put up the
Okay. Kajar says hit the like button. Yes, please hit it on Rumble and please hit it on Mike Bara 333 on YouTube. Karina says, hi, Jen and Mike. Can you see when we will go to redemptions here in Sweden and how far I have to go if all goes well? That's 3 questions, Karina. Time frame on that? I mean, but the thing is, it all depends on when the RV happens. Could be next week.
It all rolls out at the same time. You're going to be on the same timeline as us. As far as your appointments, I don't know.
How far? Do you get a sense of how far she might have to go?
I'm not familiar with your area, but here, like in the United States, we had to cross state lines. So I don't know if you have to go into another country or another area. That's what I'm saying.
In Sweden, and I'm sure it'll go well. They're designed to go well. Carrie was saying that the plan is for the med beds is to just get you in and out. Like not a lot of extra time anymore. They plan to really run people through the med beds very quickly. Red Star wants to know if there'll be an exchange location in Kauai.
Yeah. There's like 3 of them. Yeah.
So you'll be good. Connie says, do I need to have cholesterol meds? It's always been good. Does stress create high cholesterol? Doctors said I need them. I don't want to. All right.
I can't tell you what to take for your body. That's completely up to you. I would search it. I don't like them. They put my mom on them, and she had all kinds of problems with that. Let me see where you're at with your cholesterol. Right now, you need something. Right now. When that lowers down, when you get down, you could maybe go more natural route. But I think you've got quite a bit right now. It's pretty high.
Connie, all I know is if I was in your situation, I would. There is no circumstances under which I will take a statin drug. They destroy the cholesterol in your brain, which leads to dementia, and that's been my experience with other friends of mine. And I will not take them. I would look. If I were me, if this were my situation, and Jen told me I had to watch my cholesterol or do something about it, I'd look for every alternative method I could find to reduce it rather than take a statin drug. That's just me. Kim McCarty, $1.99. Thank you for the super chat, Kim. No question. David Wade for $5. Hi, Jen and Mike. This is Davida Wade. When do you see me getting a new puppy, and can you tell what kind it is?
It looks color block, like black here, white there. It almost looks like a Lhasa Apso or some kind of small furry dog. You do get a puppy.
We love puppy questions here.
I think it may be closer to the spring. Yeah. Not sure on the timing.
Jim and Regina have a corgi puppy named Lucy. She's just the best. Eric Cruz, Mike and Jen. My wife Stephanie's been dealing with something since the beginning of the year with no solution. Now has severe back and stomach pain. Any idea what the problem is or the solutions? Can't give you medical advice.
I don't know if that's yeast in the intestines or a fungus. She's got something on the sides of the intestines. I'm leaning towards mold or some kind of fungus growing in there or resistant bacteria. I mean, it's really causing a lot of inflammation in the intestines, redness. Anything that moves through there is going to hurt. I'd get with a naturopath. Maybe they could help you with that.
The Eon patch, AEON patch from LifeWave is supposed to be good for inflammation. I've just started trying it. I'll let you know if I get any excellent results out of that in a month or so. Lori says, hi, guys. I have a blood clot. Do I have a blood clot in my leg? It's broken, but new swelling. Debating if I need to go to the doctor or just intrinsic swelling.
Well, you always want to go get it checked out if you have any suspicion that you have a blood clot in your leg. And I don't want you to use any information that I tell you not to do that. But let me see. I do think there's one forming. It's not like a big severe problem, but I would go in. Maybe they could give you something just to break that up.
Pam says, I woke up to loud praise music at 2 a.m.
Awesome.
No one heard it except me. I came downstairs and turned the music off. Can you please tell me what it was?
So the music was on?
Apparently it was on. Somebody turned on praise music at 2 a.m. Cool.
Pam Bassett. Let me go and look who was in there. There's a woman in there. She knows you. Nope. Nope. You're a medium. That God, she's got like I don't know why she's earthbound, but she was like, I don't know. She seems kind of high vibrational. Maybe that's a visitation. She was calling you out of your sleep. She was calling you down there to get your attention. Think about what was said in the music that she was playing. It's some kind of message for you. That's amazing. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, that's really cool. All righty.
Yeah, she's just too divine and high vibrational to be in Earthbound. Just this long blonde-haired woman. Very tall. And she saw you walk down to turn it off, and she's just like watching you, like, do you get it? So I think that was some kind of message. That's awesome.
I forgot to give my name on Kauai. I'm Susan. Well, Susan, Jen says there's going to be 3 redemption centers on Kauai, so don't worry about it. Keisha Mitchell, can you tell me if I'm talking to Chinidu Okoli or an imposter? Chinidu Okoli or an
Okay, hon.
imposter?
Keisha. It's an imposter.
I don't know who Chinidu Okoli is.
Yeah. Block.
My brother's single though. Daniel B here. What is my spirit guide's name, and do they have a message for me? Daniel B for $10. Thank you, Daniel.
Joseph. Male. Message is to calm down. You don't have to do everything at once. So I think you're probably having anxiety, worries about your life, what you're going to be, where you're going to go, who you're going to, how's I got to plan it all out ahead of time. He said, calm down, take it one step at a time.
Okay. Suzanne Ross, donation toward the free reading. May you receive a beautiful message from your child. Prayers going your.
Oh, that's nice, Suzanne. You didn't have to do that. That's nice.
Very nice. Kathy Weber, do you see me having a dog? Dogs in my life and cats too.
Cats. What? You might get like a little chihuahua. Okay. I do see like a really small dog, but mostly cats.
I want a med
2
bed.
cats, a little dog.
I want to get in a med bed so I can get a chihuahua. It's that simple. Hello, Mike and Jen, or Jen and Mike. Laura here. Jen, can you tell me what my husband John's reaction will be when I tell him about the RV and the money? He knows nothing now.
John.
What will John's reaction be like?
Oh my God. It's good, but it's so confused. Like, what? We have to go where? What? And you're just like, come on, just get in the car. Like, you make the appointment, you take him with you. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll go. And then when he gets there, he's just dumbfounded. That's awesome.
All right, let's pop over.
It's good.
Let's pop over to the Rumble side of the house. Check out the Rumble rants. K Turtle Carissa says, "Hi Jen.
Hi.
Marketing company I'm using be successful at getting me clients for my due diligence company."
Yes, but you know I can get you clients for whatever. Let's do both. I'm sorry. You text me all the time. I'm just so busy. I'm not trying to be a bad friend. I swear. Yeah, it's effective. It's effective. I wouldn't invest too much money into that. They're really going to suggest that you work more on promoting yourself as well. But yeah, I do think that's effective.
Okay. Marsh Carr, $4 or $5. The house at 6 Edgewater Court is pending. Will the sale go through? Will I get the house? 6 Edgewater Court for Marcia Carr.
As of now, those people really want it. You would probably have to make them a very good private deal for them to walk away from that, especially after moving. But it's possible.
Okay, Paul L here. I get a regular heart rhythm sometimes. This morning it's been happening for over an hour. It always goes back to normal, but it's annoying. Is there anything concerning? This is similar to what happened to Brooks Agnew recently.
I would get that checked out.
It is concerning. So I would say go to the doctor.
I think it's kind of like a warning that, hey, there's something going on. You're not going to die right now. You're not going to have something major, but go ahead and get it checked out. Find out what's going on.
Yeah. Jody for $5. Can you tell me if I will get millions or a billion in my exchange?
Did a lot of that last night.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
Jody.
B. Billion.
Angela M has been feeling very agitated since Halloween night. Can you tell me why this is? I know why it is in my case, because I'm on prednisone again, or at least I was. So not taking any more, but I had to finish off my sinus infection.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does? Why?
Never mind.
Sorry.
Never mind.
So Angela's been feeling agitated since Halloween night.
You know what? I don't know. I have two. I think this the collective energy is just really chaotic right now.
Yeah.
The veil is very thin this year because of it. I've kind of heard that from other people, but even me, like, I asked the archangels to be with me in my dreams, and I have had nightmares 2 nights in a row. One about one person that, I like very much trying to kill me. And then, like, another one was, like, the ex trying to kill me. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know if it's the hot flashes or what, but yeah, I think there's something going on with the collective energy.
Well, like you said, I mean, the veil is very thin right now, and that means the bad spirits can get through easier, too, and get into your dreams and get into your psyche.
Yeah, it could be, or it just could be ever so often. Especially if your vibration is rising, we'll have this dumping period. Like all the fears come to the surface. Everything that no longer suits us comes to the surface, and it gives us an opportunity to decide, is this something I need to hold on to anymore? It happens all the time. Could be that. I really don't know. Just depends on your personal situation, but I do know that there is something going on. It's pretty strong with the collective energy.
Oh, Dougie B says the story that Joe had about India and silver is true, but it doesn't go into effect until April 26th. So thank you, Dougie. That's over on the
okay.
SMK Williams for $20 just says, hi, Jen. Thank you.
Hi.
Jan here. Jan wants to know if you see her friendship with Ed turning romantic.
That friend zone's a fun place to be, isn't it? Let's see. He's pretty shut down, man. I mean, he's like shut down. Like, he can see how anybody else would want you. And I do think, but he's completely denying any kind of feelings he has for you. So I don't know. I don't know how you're going to crack that nut.
Well, Jan, let me give you a little Mike Barra's digging.
Yeah, do that. Give her some advice.
Men are not friends. Men are not friends. Like physically hang around and go out with you friends with women unless they're sexually interested. They aren't. So even though he may not be consciously thinking, oh, I like her, she's hot, I want to hit her, he's attracted. That's why he's around you. So the proximity itself is an indication that there's something you can work on there with him. So just up to you how much effort you want to put into it, I guess.
I think that depends on the man. in the situation. I have plenty of male friends,
Mhm.
that are married or business, and that's not going on. That's not going on.
They all want to hit you, Jen. I'm just telling you right now. Prime time gal, Robin. Rumble ran for a serious question on when med beds. For Robin and Mike L. Robin B and Mike L wants to know when she gets in the bed.
I saw your comment about two nights in a row. So it's got to be something
About what?
collective energy. She said she also had nightmares 2 nights in a row. So there's something going on.
Yeah.
Um,
Robin B and Mike L. Primetime gal. Robin.
when for the med bed?
When for the med beds?
So how long after the appointment? Let's do that. 4 or 5 weeks after the appointment in your area. Pretty busy in you guys' area.
That's really good time, actually. 4 or 5 weeks. That's pretty quick. Because there's a lot of people in big need. So Betty O says the top of my left foot is in total pain. Is it a bone spur? Too much coffee? Any ideas?
Well, it's your shoes. And what's happening here is your arch is collapsing. So I don't know why you're feeling it on the top of the foot, but there's not enough support underneath the bottom of the foot.
Yeah.
So have that looked at. Maybe just get some insoles or something.
Yeah. Or you can still get orthotics are great for supporting your feet. Go to a foot doctor. Keisha Mitchell for $10. Last night you informed me my exchange would go well. However, my brother started coming through. Can you tell me, does he have a message? I don't know why one's in conflict with the other, but
oh, that's what it was. I remember that. I kept getting something like brother, and then I didn't know what that was. What's her name? Because she didn't give me his name.
Keisha Mitchell. Kisha.
I didn't know you had a brother that passed.
I think Keisha also had a super chat.
Name change. His name changed. His name is. I think he's talking about who you asked about. Is that the one who asked me about? Am I really talking to this person?
I don't know.
You're going to be okay. Someone's deceiving you. He wants you to know.
Oh, that's the one she had the question earlier about, is that a real person? Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's not his real name.
It was her question about the imposter.
That's not his real name.
Okay. Kristen R for $10. Can you tell me if my guide has a message for me and what is their name? Thank you so much.
Lovely lady. She looks like someone from India. She wants to be called Rose, or that is her name, Rose. You were like sisters, but not sisters, like 3 lifetimes ago. The message is you're safe. You're right in line with your path. Yeah.
Okay.
Doing good.
Richie LVR. Okay. Richie. $5. You look great there, and I want to see how and where do I apply for my own project? What is needed? Well, we're not experts on that. I don't know anybody is. I know Sky Prince, Carrie Ann Thornton has put some stuff out about how to fill out forms for a project. But any thoughts or suggestions for Richie?
Richie.
RICHIE, not with a T.
is what you need to do. If money didn't matter, if you had everything you could ever need, what do you feel what do you feel passionate about? Because you need to pick something that is going to sustain you. It can't just be like, oh, hey, how am I going to get extra money and maybe I could do this? You're not going to do well at that. You have to. So the guidance is to embrace your passion. All you really need to do is a one-page proposal. Okay. I just smear my lipstick. It's on my hand. This is the name of my project. Next paragraph. This is my objective, my mission statement. This is what I plan to do to make that possible. This is what I need to accomplish that. Turn it in after you exchange and see what happens.
Okay, Cynthia Lang for $5 wants to know, is she going to be an M or a B after her exchange?
M. Hundreds of M.
Keisha, same question for $10. M or a B?
Hundreds of M. Millions.
M. Okay. Which will still be quite nice to have. Adventure Awaits says, when do you see the U.S. going gold back? That's an interesting question. RV related, but not, I mean, do you see the gold money really happening? Anything?
Okay, let's see. When exactly? I'm not going to be able to do that. It's going to be after we trigger 4B. I could probably ask to see how much time we have in between the two.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great way to think about it, because that's what we really need to know is after we go, when does the gold money come out? It's the best way to ask it.
About a month.
About a month.
Awesome.
Okay. Mirtha, will our ex-daughter-in-law, Marianne, make it into the med bed? Will she beat her illness? Well, we don't know about that, but do you see Marianne in a med bed?
Yes.
Vicky, how soon do you see me walking without a walker?
Approximately 3 months from now.
Belinda would like to know, what will happen to all the metal in my body during a med bed? Well, Jen's not a med bed expert, neither am I, but I've been told that kind of stuff will just dissolve. Your crowns, your caps, your fillings, your artificial hips will just evaporate, and it will be
wow
material.
Basically the same thing that I saw a while ago about when people said, how do they get rid of the fat?
Yeah, just
so. Excuse me. So the molecular structure of something is pulled apart. It's targeted, pulled apart. And if you pull it far enough apart, it evaporates. And that is what I'm seeing. So that's how they can, and then they can also do the same thing. Well, then the body really does the bone. But if they have to regenerate something, they can take. Well, no, I think the body does that. This is not an easy question. I'm gonna have to look into that further. But that's what I'm seeing. I think the opposite is also true for putting something in. But that is cool. So it basically they target it, pull it apart, and it becomes. It's not solid anymore, and it just evaporates.
Oh,
and it's so small that it just goes through all the passageways. It goes through all the cells and through the skin and up. That's awesome. That's really interesting.
JNT 1056 says there's 2 launches on Wednesday. One of which is Starlink satellites. Interesting. Okay.
Is there? I had no idea. I don't follow it.
Okay, we have 3 M or B questions. Let's pop through those real quick. Sarah Mercedes, M or B?
B.
Rosalie, M or B?
B.
Elaine, M or B?
Big B.
All right. Let's pop on over back to the super chats and run a few of them. And then, Jen, we probably have to get you going here. Hi, Jen. My name is Wendy. I'm wondering if I will reconcile with my daughter Kayla soon and when. What's a CA? CA? I don't know what kind of currency that is. But
There is a possibility in about a month. But the situation is handled well. Otherwise, the next possibility is going to be in March.
okay. Mary Delaney, for months I've had a constant ringing in my ear. Is this from years of wearing headphones for work, or is it more spiritual?
Yeah. So the problem is that the wearing headphones in the ear, and I've been starting to feel that, is that I take them off at the end of the day and my ears are stuffed up. It's not allowing to drain naturally, and we don't think your ears drain, but they do. Yeah, I think it's from inflammation. Yeah, I do. I think it's from the headphones. Might want to take a break and get headphones that go over your ears.
So that's interesting. If it's from inflammation, Jen, and I'm taking this new Eon patch for inflammation. If the ringing in my ears goes away, would that be a sign? That would be a sign the Eon patch is working for that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we'll see. You don't know where I'm wearing it though. Melissa wants to know if you can tell her if her son Nicholas D will find his significant other soon and move into his own place. Want to get him out of the house, huh, Melissa?
Within 4 to 6. Animals are all making noises. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
You hear the thumping in the background, yeah.
Yeah, something's going on. 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 6 months. But yes, that does eventually happen.
Yeah. Justine says November 7th, 8th, 10th, and 13th all have launches off the Space Coast. So living here will actually go outside and pay attention and video the event. If we have an event, that's great. Go out and video. I'm sure it'll be recorded, but yeah. Hey guys, this is Carolyn McKell. Did you get my Rumble rant? It was towards the top. Let me go look. Carol. First one I have is Carissa.
You only get a certain amount of time per dollar. So if it was a low rant, it probably disappeared if you put it up too early.
Why didn't you just re-ask?
Or maybe it didn't go through.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm checking it right now. I'll re-ask the question quickly.
All right, I'm going to get going. The cat is like in here and crying at the door. I think he needs to get to his box.
Yes.
So okay. To avoid any kind of problems.
All right. That is going to wrap it up for the show today. And I will be back on Wednesday. Jen, are you doing a philosophy tomorrow?
Yes, but I think I have to go with Faith to something on Wednesday morning. So I may not be here Wednesday. I will let you know.
Okay.
If she needs me there.
I am doing the Coast to Coast AM tonight at 10 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the new developments on 3i Atlas, which, yes, it is still weird. And I'm going to be doing a reading with Carrie Ann Thornton, Sky Prince, a little later this afternoon. If there's anything newsworthy or noteworthy that comes out of that regarding the RV or anything, I will pass it along with her permission. And I'll let you guys know over in the chat. So Jen and I We'll theoretically be back on Wednesday. If not, I'll see you tomorrow night on Toxically Masculine Tuesday. Everybody have a great Monday. We love you, and thanks a lot.
Bye.